So cozy. Okay, so
Cozy.
hi. I'm Erica.
I'm Em.
And this is
I actually like it would be even cozier.
the Shift Show.
Go ahead. Like your time. Well, we had something we were going to talk about.
So we're gonna probably
And-
do 2 shows.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome. So this episode is gonna be about our new possibility project and what that looks like, what that feels like, who's gonna be
Creating with us.
creating with us. See, that's why.
Currently, Micah
Yeah.
is working with us in the dreamland.
In the
Astral
astral plane.
plane.
Yeah, she's asleep. We just got a text that said she's asleep. Okay, so what is the Possibility Fest, or what is the Possibility Project?
Oh,
So first
it
of all,
is a celebration.
it is a celebration, as everything in life,
Yeah.
and it was an idea that came a few months ago, and now,
Time exists.
if time exists,
It's always been there.
it has. This is true. And my
Closer to you.
buddy, my pal, Camille Kinsler, and I are starting a podcast called Healthcare from the Soul, A Healer's Journey. And we talk to people who have been in the conventional realm of medicine and have healed their nervous systems, who have realized that the system needs to change, realized that it's not working, and healed their mind, body, spirit, or are healing and are on the other side, and now have a story to tell and share with us and the world. And the intention for it is to present possibility and proof that it can be done, and bring faith and hope and trust that if you leave the healthcare system, that there will be a lot available for you. Another text, that's what I got. So then I was talking to Em, who had this really wonderful conversation with Micah's big sis yesterday. Go ahead.
I did. We were talking. Well, she was curious. She was curious about, I guess you could say, the education system. She asked me, having previously been in the system as a professional, she wondered why I left. And so I went into a little bit about my own story, as far as just leaving.
The teacher's journey.
Yeah, so I started at a little background. I taught some in the public school system, and then I also worked as a school psychologist. And part of what I shared with her was that I had this feeling that I could fix the system, which part of it's ego, right? And then part of it was just my soul, and that I had this understanding that education was the great equalizer. And then with time and experience within the system, it didn't feel that way. And so the way that my soul knew that I could make an impact or be aligned with the purpose of why I'm here was to leave the system. And so that was how it worked for me. So what Micah's big sis was saying was that she was wondering, I was saying to her, we are in such an amazing time for work, for life, for play, for education, for relationships, for health. It can probably feel really intense at times, and it's also full of possibility, like completely full of possibility. And that's what I was saying, as I said, if you feel inspired, dream big. Like dream so so big. And when you're thinking about school or education or growth, whatever that means to you, yeah, dream big. And it doesn't mean that any of what we assume like has to be in a building, right? It doesn't like the world is our oyster, you know. Life is school, and so it's like just some of this is just like unraveling the mind, right? Because when
and unlearning.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's unlearning. And so I said to her, I said, if you would like to, like, I want to hear all your dreams. I want to hear, like, if you want to share with me, I want to hear your dreams. I want to, you know, heartstorm with you. Just like soul intention with you, and just really almost before you even know too much about like what the system or what, you know, we've been taught is the conventional way to do growth or learning or school, whatever you want to call it. And so, yeah, so I'm super excited. I'm excited that in my opinion, like from my viewpoint and perspective, I could relate in some ways to this, like my soul feels something more and my human is like, what's going on? You know, like you start to feel this resistance or push and pull, that there's something
like the
tugging.
Yeah.
There's like a tug, you know, like a
like the intellect, the mind, everything that you've been taught, what your teachers are saying, what your colleagues are saying, what your classmates are saying, versus, and what you have known about what education is versus what your intuition says and what your gut says and what your heart says.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was fun for me to have allowed space from being in that, and then to hear someone, you know, curious and inspired.
Yeah. So from that conversation, which we were just having on this couch before we started pushing forward,
Next time, we're just going to push record and we're hanging out.
I told her, I mean, it's pretty much everything is super valuable to the world.
Yes. Well, it's valuable to us, and
yeah,
a lot of times, you know,
which in turn is valuable to somebody else, because we're all the same.
We're all exactly. We're all connected.
So there was an invitation for M. So the Possibility Project, or the Possibility Fest, is this idea. And I feel like Camille and I have maybe, I don't know, have it covered, right? So the healthcare aspect of the Possibility Festival or the Possibility Celebration or the Possibility Project is covered. But education is so near and dear to my heart, and I would love for somebody who it's near and dear to their heart to pick up that, you know, that ray of sunshine from the realm of possibility. And anything is possible. And what actually dropped into my head was Em mentioned, she's like, I need a Camille in my life who, like, because Camille is amazing at getting me scheduled, getting like the meetings in order, getting the podcast interviews on the calendar. And Leslie, Micah's big sis, has admitted early on that she is a type A and that she likes organization and she likes to schedule things and she likes to know way beforehand like what's going to happen. So, I don't know, maybe you can have a conversation about collaborating and see what comes out of the Possibility Project for education. So, since this is out into the world, into the universe, if you are somebody or you know somebody who was in the conventional education,
Yeah, conventional,
traditional
Right.
education system.
old-fashioned.
Yeah,
The old, I consider it like the old-fashioned paradigm in
Yeah.
a lot of ways.
yeah, yeah. Like
The possibility is the new
eight-
fashion,
8 to 3:30, 8 to 4 o'clock every day, Monday through Friday.
plus whatever weekends,
Yeah,
summers, yeah,
yeah.
all, yeah.
Homework, standardized testing, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
If you left that world and have found, have healed your nervous system, because teachers
Yeah.
experience a lot of trauma too, I imagine.
Teachers and, I mean, I would say anyone who supports,
Other human beings.
yeah. I mean, we all, it's like, we're all, that's the thing is like, we're all healthcare.
Yeah.
Like, once we break our hearts open
Yeah.
to the possibility
Yeah.
of us really all being teachers, us all being healers, us, like, we are, that's all in us.
All being presidents,
Yes.
or leaders, all being,
Well, and I recently, this is, reminds me too of recently talking about, even, because we went through yoga teacher training together, and
that's how we met.
that's how the magic started.
It did.
For healthcare professionals.
Yeah. Yoga teacher
We,
training.
and we all really appreciated the healing that we received through that experience. But even in that world, and then especially in my world as a licensed professional or as a teacher with a certificate, you know, there was this, I'm going to say it this way, and I'm also going to invite myself to consider a different way, but it's almost like there was this separation that was taught, or this hierarchy that was taught,
Hierarchy, yeah.
that's assumed, like, it's like what, it's the old-fashioned way, you know? And I remember being like, kids
Oh yeah.
need to be touched and hugged, and so do clients. And really, you're holding space, which space doesn't really exist, but like, you're holding space for someone, and they're as much my teacher as I'm their teacher.
Yeah.
And we even say that, but then there's this like separation,
Structured
and
hierarchy.
it's just what it really is fear.
Yeah.
And I 111%.
Because quantum math really,
It doesn't, yeah. I infinity believe that we're moving towards, we are tipping towards love.
Yeah.
And even more than that, unconditional love.
Yeah.
And all that is fear.
Yeah.
Like, it's not separation, it's not, when we're taught, like, keep a, like, you know, at a certain age, it's probably not, like, when there was, like, advice given about if you know, touch a client, or,
Right,
you know,
right.
like, hug a, or something like
Yeah.
that, but it's like, oh my gosh, we all want, well, I don't want to assume your experience. I live in a world, though, where we really all do want hugs.
Yeah.
And it may not feel comfortable at first, because it's an opportunity to practice receiving,
Yeah.
but like feeling people's heartbeats
Yeah. It releases oxytocin.
feels good. It's medicine.
Yeah. It is
Or
medicine.
healing, or
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and these are all silly, silly rules that we created to protect the teacher, to protect the student, to protect
Because
the
we
client,
thought-
because
right.
yeah.
There's like some need of protection, which
No, we're always safe.
isn't it so exciting that we're moving towards all of that
Yeah.
falling away, and it's falling away more and more.
Yeah.
Feels really good. Thanks for celebrating that with
Of
me.
course. See, this is the person that you want leading the, not leading, but facilitating the Possibility Fest.
Creating
Creating. With others.
community.
Yes. Okay, so again,
That feels good.
if you know anybody or if you get excited about joining in the Possibility Fest, Possibility Project, let me know. Let us
Possibility
know.
Project Fest. Possibility.
Possibility.
If you have opinions about or if a certain way feels better to you, let us know.
Yeah.
Possibility Fest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Fest because it feels like a party.
Like a party. Well, it is a party.
And projects
Life is
can
a
be
party.
parties.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Life is
No,
a party. Life is a party, and life is a musical.
Life is a musical.
And the world is our dance floor.
Okay. Thanks for joining.
We love you.
We love you a whole lot. Welcome to Possibilities of Everything.
Wait.